Sometimes bisexuality is actually just being bi-coastal.
I need them to stay together. Two Leos, both alike in dignity.
Women, heart. That's enough feminism for today.
This is how we're gonna stop Donald Trump, by hiding some books in a damn subway.
My mom said I used to watch Chicken Run all the time and said that my accent was really good after watching Chicken Run.
Chicken Run? It was just like two baked potatoes rubbing up on each other in an oven. He was cheating on her with some girl from a Bravo show. I mean, my lord.
HBO wakes up and fucks. We're 19.
I don't remember it because I'm 19.
The limit does not exist.
And how dare you say that? How dare you?
Not to bring it back to astrology, but she is a Leo. And that's why they need to be put behind bars.
And not too
Abolition
much.
first, arrest Leo second.
And you know who was with her? Derek Blasberg. And
Of
when is he
course.
not at the scene of a crime?
No, the swirl agenda via Shondaland needs to be studied. You know she's not an ally to the lesbian community because she should know better than that.
Jennifer Lopez is the aunt that all of your other aunts hate at Thanksgiving.
Hunter.
Peyton.
We are so back.
We've never been more back, actually.
Wait, what's that quote that you love that's like, they tried to kill us, but they didn't know we were a seed, or what is it?
Say that again.
No.
Make that make sense in your head. No, they
No.
tried to bury me, but they didn't know I was a seed. And that's Art from Challenger saying it too.
And us with this podcast, episode 2. Okay, I mean, I'm going to assume the answer because you just got back from Olive Garden, but how have you been, babe?
I've been great. I've been living my best life. I have
Yeah?
been, let me tell you what happened to me. I was starstruck, and I have only been starstruck once in my life. I went to this dinner a couple weeks ago, and I got to meet Katie Kitamura, the author of one of my favorite books called Intimacies. And when I tell you, I thought I was like blushing. Like I went a full like Ruby Woo on the cheeks. Like that's how red I was.
Oh
I
my
was
God,
so-
you turned red?
Yeah, I was like that excited to meet this
Oh,
woman who
I was
I
going to say,
adore.
usually our people don't.
But no, I was like beside myself. It was crazy. I love Intimacies, and sitting next to Katie at dinner was like actually gag of gags. Like I felt touched by an angel because like in addition to being so smart and funny, she's also like stunning and diva. Like that's what I would be when I grow
God.
up.
Okay, wait, not to make it about me, but I kind of hope someone says that about me one day. Don't you think?
Girl, they probably already do.
Stop, Hunter, stop.
I
You
shouldn't
know
have
I'm
even
shy.
said that. No, I hope one day too. Good luck. So what have you been up to?
Well, because I'm just like, really busy, have a rich, full life, you would never actually guess that I'm taking the time right now to learn the Tinashe nasty dance. That's kind of taken over my entire TikTok feed.
Oh my God.
Because I
And
too am a businesswoman. So like I'm in the studio, I'm stretching. I'm
I
getting
was
to
like,
work.
that's where you are right now. Got it.
Yeah,
Got it.
that's where I am right now. I actually just got back from the stew.
And
I'm like, it's gonna be the song it already is. I mean, we're on summer cusp. Song of the summer predicted.
And I'm so happy
I would
for
hope.
I'm so happy for Tinashe because like she has been really ever since she went independent, she's been in the trenches. Like I am still playing Bouncin' like
Crawling.
this week today. I listened to it today. Like
Yeah.
she's ready to be like a pop it girl. And I'm happy for
I
her.
want her to be. She has been in the trenches.
She did a song with R. Kelly. Like that's how crazy her career has been. Like
Okay, she had a song with Chris Brown.
no, that's what I'm saying. Like from like the pop
and the duet
machinery.
was like insane.
And she said, like, why did I do this? Like, I did not want to.
Yeah.
But that's just like how her career was managed. I'm so happy for her that now that she's an independent artist, she's like getting the best, the biggest.
And the way I celebrate her is by getting my ass to work, learning how to wind my hips in the way that I should actually, hopefully it would be a little bit more inherent. Not to brag, dance background. Hunter did attend many of my Emerson Dance College dance shows.
Dance
So she can attest.
background. Oh
Dance
my
background down.
God.
Not to start off too strong, not to show off for the people.
Why was I
but
about to call it the Debbie Ryan School of Dance?
You bitch.
I'm sorry.
But I went to Emerson College. I said, I'm going to make history. And
Wait,
that's what
what's
I
her
did.
name? What's her name? I feel bad that I can't remember her name.
Debbie Ryan?
No, the dance school you went to.
Oh my God, girl. Debbie Allen. I'm
Thank
snatching
you.
your black card
Thank
away
you. No,
yesterday.
no. I know. But you're the real like mixed race person in the room, so I wouldn't go too fast.
It is the first. You know what?
No, it's
You're
okay.
right to say
It's
it
okay.
and you're wrong to
It's
say
just
it.
if this were Kendrick Drake, I'm Kendrick in this, to be clear.
Absolutely. No, and I'm kind of Canadian coded. way too nice to everybody. Kind of lazy in my work. I don't know. There's something there. There's something to sit with.
This does remind me though that I'm like mad at you because you never taught me the dance from the Idol. That I'm just a freak
Actually,
dance.
you said you were mad at me, and I was like, 100 things came up at once.
And we'll be unpacking that later, actually. Because and you knew.
I was like, God damn it, I didn't think she was gonna do this now. But I will. It's honestly, that song still goes hard. I don't care what they say. I don't care what they say about my
album,
pop singer.
Whole weekend album goes hard, and that's not a thing I can say very often.
I was gonna say, when you said that with your chest.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. This week, we're talking Bridgerton and the pop culture moments we're convinced only we remember. And we're joined by writer and Twitter beef enthusiast Michael Cuby to talk Bennifer's relationship update. So, hold on. Let me just say this.
Let me say this.
Are you looking for a home for your worst opinions?
Are you a hater first and a lover of pop culture second? Consider this a glorified group chat, but we're not calling you out. No. We're calling you in. It's a safe space.
To talk shit.
But of course, from Wondery, I'm Peyton Dix.
And I'm Hunter Harris.
And this is Let Me Say This.
Let me say this.
Unfortunately, me not being able to do math means that 90% of my brain space is devoted to Bennifer. You remember the love letters? The love letters that she let those random people, those random songwriters read. This is not even that long ago, but it's such a key part of their lore together, that that's what kind of shit J-Lo was on, if we're being 100% real.
Yeah. I mean, there's so much. We could lose hours, lose days of our lives talking about the This Is Me Now documentary where those truths were revealed about their relationship, including those love letters that really... I'm actually grateful that she loves to overshare. There's nothing that scares me more in a woman, and specifically that woman. Someone who I'm a feminist first, but I'm a J-Lo hater second.
And how dare you? Second. How dare you raise your voice against a Leo? How dare you do that?
You're nasty. But your people need work. I'll say it.
She doesn't need work. But no, I think there's something very good about these moments in pop culture that only you remember, that I'm convinced no one else remembers XYZ. No one else remembers actually that I don't Ben Affleck rubbing J-Lo's ass in that one music video. Was it Jenny from the Block? That's crazy. But I think actually maybe everyone remembers that.
Oh, but maybe people don't forget the side-by-side image of them doing it again when they first rekindled their romantic relationship.
But what no one actually remembers is that they got those matching tattoos for their anniversary. The infinity sign tattoo. I'm 90% sure that's what it was.
This is why Leos need to be illegal. That's actually my case.
No, we just can't be married to one another. That's the real issue. That's the real. If you don't have divorce rumors, you're not a Leo. That's the thing. But anyway, what we need to talk about is that last week I co-hosted an event with Substack called, and I'm glad you brought it up, and we were talking about these sorts of things. And Peyton, yours was really iconic. What is a moment from pop culture that only you remember?
Okay, at first, I thought this would be too broad of a subject because my brain is deep fried, and it's deep fried and it's gay. So that's a certain level of mystique and terror, that kind of intersection. But I went to look it up to be there's probably so many articles about it. There's probably so much lore out there that would confirm that this is too broad. But actually, it's only on obscure queer websites
Tumblr, Tumblr,
yeah, or Tumblr,
that obscure queer website, yeah,
Tumblr, yeah. But my moment specifically was in 2008. Lindsay Lohan went on the Wendy Williams show.
This time out. Of course, it was Wendy Williams that she was telling this to.
Wendy Williams. She's sitting up so straight on that couch. She's ready to fight. I mean, they have historical beef anyway, but. What happened was she was being asked about her relationship with Sam Ronson, which happened in 2008. So this is 10 years later. And Wendy Williams is arguably being very generous with her line of questioning in a way that Wendy Williams is almost never. So she was like, so you were a lesbian? What? And she was like, no. She was like, you're bi? She's like, oh my God, no. Again, very public, year-long relationship with this person who's a very out lesbian. girl, like, first of all, the bi erasure, at least it's coming from your own hands. Like, I'll accept it. But she asked, okay, well, what was the tea? What was going on? And Lindsay Lohan says, no, I wasn't gay. I was just living in LA. I was and actually, if we all really sit with that, I understand it. Sometimes bisexuality is actually just being bi-coastal. Like, that's actually, like, I get a little bit, I'm like, boys, when I'm in LA, and then when I'm in New York, I'm like, no, girls. Like, it's so, she's so powerful with that, like, and saying it so cavalier. Like, she did not puff up her chest. She was so comfortable being like, oh, like, obviously I'm not gay, I'm not straight, I'm a secret third thing, which is I'm straight, but in LA I'm like kind of bi.
Secret third thing is just LA resident. Like, that's what the city does to you.
It's amazing. And it's the funniest thing about it to me is like in their relationship, which I like so deeply remember, like holding an Us Weekly, like being like a straight closeted girl being like, oh my God.
I remember reading about that relationship in Teen Vogue, like them like out together. No, I recall that very vividly.
Yeah, it was like the most honestly lesbian relationship. There was like Twitter beef going on. There was like cheating allegation rumors, marriage rumors, like all within the first couple of months. Like if that's not lesbian culture, I don't know what is.
And what's really crazy
or Leo culture.
What's really crazy about cheating allegations, or Twitter allegations, like fighting on Twitter in 2008, it's like you had to like text a random number to send some tweets. Like you had to pay like 5 cents a text back in those days, back in the olden times. That's like, do you remember when like you couldn't talk on the phone until like after 6 o'clock because then like minutes were free? Like,
oh my God.
Wow.
Are we aging ourselves? Don't do that. We're 19.
I don't remember it because I'm 19.
Couldn't be me, actually. 2008, I actually wasn't even alive, so I don't really know how that happened. But so that's my little piece of lore that I wake up and think about every single day and also deeply identify with, unfortunately. But yeah. Hunter, please tell me your lore.
Okay, I want to take you back to the year 2015, 2016. And Emma Watson, famous for Harry Potter and for like getting a pixie cut in like 2011, she was like, I'm gonna like do some feminism. And she hid copies of a Maya Angelou book in the subway, just like fucking on like in the 14th Street subway stop, like behind like a pipe, like under a bench. And that's how she said, and this is how we're going to save democracy, actually. This is how we're going to stop Donald Trump, by hiding some books in a damn subway. And you know who was with her? Derek Blasberg. And when is he not at the scene of a crime?
Known feminist.
Like, it's just like mind-boggling to me that this was like a real moment in time. And she would like, there's like a YouTube video of her, like Vanity Fair went with them to like hide the books. And she's like sliding a book in like this little like, I don't know, random like cubby in a subway pole. And she's like, come find it. And then I think she signed them too. But it's just so like, and that is like the brain rot of what it felt like to be living in New York during that time.
No.
If you can imagine.
The feminism heart, okay, or like women heart. That's enough feminism for today.
That was
literally born then.
Peak, like, and honestly, her career never recovered because after that, she did Little Women with the American accent that no one needed to hear again.
Was that after she went to school? It must have been.
Yeah,
remember when she went to college?
She went to Brown. Like, I don't think you can call that college. No offense. My dad went to Brown, so don't come for me.
We went to Emerson College. Girl, I don't want to hear nothing out of you. Like we have like literally red dot on our foreheads now being like, oh, y'all want to talk. You Emerson grads, go Lions, want to talk. Like, all right, girl. Another kind of deep cut, and like, I know it's giving real Caucasian hours in here, so I apologize where I'm about to take us. But something I also think about often, and what led me here, was I was talking to a friend about random niche songs that bring me so much joy, derogatory. And I often listen to not just the Her soundtrack, which is a good soundtrack, great score, but specifically the Scarlett Johansson song on it.
I'm sorry, wait, we need a timeout because you said Her and I thought you meant the musician. I thought you meant that person.
If I'm saying Her, I'm never talking about Her.
I was like, you're the first person to ever admit to listening to a Her song by choice.
Besides my mom. Everyone's mom's favorite musician is Her.
That is not
so
true.
Crazy.
That is, everyone's mom's favorite musician is Bruno Mars.
Okay, wait, that's true.
Like 100%. 100%.
Hers at least in the top 10 though. It's like music that like they can understand or something. But
yeah, maybe.
The movie starring Joaquin Phoenix, in fact,
Mhm,
about
mhm.
AirPods and about like coming for us.
A movie about
AI, if you will.
AirPods? Here we go.
I
Here
actually
we
stole that
go.
quote from Hilton Dresden. I stole that quote from writer Hilton Dresden. It was very funny. Give credit where it's due. But yeah, and I was listening to the soundtrack and I forgot how much I played on repeat. Like I wore the Scarlett Johansson song out.
Is she
Like, where
singing on
she's-
it? Like real? What was
Yeah,
her?
it's real.
What was her band and what was the Zooey Deschanel band?
Okay,
She
whoa,
and him was
whoa.
one of them.
She and him. Whoa.
She and him
Don't
was
come for my
Zoe's.
twee queens. Yeah. Conflating the two is a little crazy.
I'm
but
sorry, Scarlett
she-
Johansson has lived so many lives. Like that she was
Why
like a
did I
twee
pull out a
girl.
gun? I was like, are you confusing Scarlett Johansson's twee phase and
Honestly,
Zooey
her
Deschanel's
twee face like qualifies as like being something that like no one really remembers.
Yeah, but wait, Scarlett Johansson.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yes, and fair. And I think she kind of wants it that way. I think she wants to quietly remove herself from that short-lived singing career she had. Like she made an album. Okay, she and him. Thank you for bringing that up because that also is something that actually they were pretty popular. But like,
Yeah,
like,
people
the Scarlett
real-
Johansson was a little bit of a deep cut.
People who wore like those ballet flat Oxfords remember she and him.
Yeah, or those really shitty Urban Outfitters shoes that were like made of cloth that like
Or
the
the
ones that
really
were-
shitty Urban Outfitters record players.
yes, which I did have.
You
Absolutely.
probably do still have one in your apartment.
I like shove it under. I'm like, what do you mean?
Wait, okay, I know what I was gonna say. This is something that I remember. Do you remember the song Breathe 2 a.m.? Of course. But you know what I'm about to say?
I remember. Do you remember that song?
I remember like when you told me a year ago that song was about an abortion and I had no idea. I thought it was just like
Yes.
a really sweet song about like being best friends.
I was like, Hunter, open your ears, babe. Open your ears and open your heart a little bit.
I don't know how I didn't know.
That's a piece of pop culture history for me that actually is now burned in my brain, is having to tell Hunter that 2 a.m. Breathe by Anna Nolick, I think her name is, or something.
Put some respect on it.
It was a song about
A white
abortion.
queen. I had
Famously a
no
song about
idea.
abortion.
I had no idea.
You were listening like, yes, good.
I was like, it's so special. Like their relationship is so nice. Another one of mine is like no one remembers that Jennifer Lawrence and Darren Aronofsky dated as they were making Mother, the movie in which she like broke a rib ? Yeah, that's a good one. And no one remembers that. No one remembers that whole relationship.
That's maybe for the best. I don't think we even need to circle back to that movie.
But I think I do. I really
You
think
do.
I know. No, I really think I do because every time I'm like, that sink is not braced. No one knows what I'm talking about. Open the schools.
That's between you and God. and Jennifer Lawrence.
Is it the death of love? Like from 2004 to 2024? Is Bennifer about to break up? Like, my heart would explode. I need them to stay together. Two Leos, both alike in dignity. What do you think?
It's the last thing that JLo has, I will say that. But with us today to debate the potential demise of Bennifer is writer and editor at large, hard-headed as well, Twitter beef enthusiast, Michael Cuby. Welcome to the show, babe.
Hello, hello, hello.
Oh my God. Michael, are you a lover or a hater?
In general or
Yeah,
Bennifer?
in
I
Jennifer.
mean, it depends.
And
on-
Jennifer.
No, in both. In both. Tell us in general and also tell us with Bennifer.
In general, it depends on who we're talking about. I love hating. Hating is very fun. It's enthusiastic.
Let me tell you what you love. You love waking up at 9 a.m.
Here we go.
to fight with some girls in homeroom algebra. You love waking up to fight with someone who like didn't do their AP US history homework. That's what you love. That's what you love.
I'm not the one picking the fights. I'm just expressing my opinions, and these people who are not doing their AP US history homework find my tweets and come for me.
You are fighting with people who like get a late grade on their homework.
And who
But
is
that's
that?
kind of-
I've
that's his
graduated,
God-given
so-
right. He's like, I don't start the fights, I just finish them. Sorry. It's
You
very
finish
that
that. Like
energy.
they can't fight anymore. They have gym class.
Also-
They get in trouble for being on their phone. That's who you fight with.
We also have to remember that Michael is an Aries. So of course he's like, oh, war.
You're gonna have to educate me on
Pro-war.
what that means. Is that I thought
Aries
water
are
signs
natural-
were the criers.
Aries are not water signs, baby. Not at all. Wait, what? Aries are fires. See, you know she's not an ally to the lesbian community because she should know better than that. Aries are fire signs down, which just means that they love to fucking fight. They love to throw hands. And we've seen Michael throw many a hand, sometimes a foot on Twitter.com. But
Michael,
with Bennifer,
this is the thing. For people who don't follow at Yo Soy Michael on Twitter/X, I guess, Michael, there is no time or subject off limits that you are not willing to go to war over. Oh my God.
Listen, again, I have opinions, and my opinions are always right.
I'm
so
like-
when someone comes for me, I just have to set it straight. And I usually win. They shut up because you keep coming for me when I am right.
Michael
That's it.
casually shrugging while saying that is so annoying. But I do have to ask, okay, you're a natural born hater, understood. But when it comes to Bennifer, where do your loyalties lie?
I love Bennifer as an item. My opinions on Jennifer specifically, herself, waivers, as some people know, This Is Me Now, the title track off of her recent release album, has gotten many a stream from me. Unfortunately, it will end up on my most played of the year. But in general, Jennifer, I'm like, ugh. But Bennifer, I mean, you just can't, as a pop culture enthusiast, you just can't not be obsessed with them because they make it too hard to ignore. They're just everywhere. And them coming back 18 years after they broke up to just immediately pop right back into the paparazzi and just take over all of our feeds. I'm like, you know what? I gotta stand. Get your press, get your promo. And if that includes a real love story, that's good. But maybe it doesn't. So, you know what? I'm here for the mess too. So the breakup is also, as long as we're still talking about them, I'm happy. Now, once they actually break up and we stop talking about them, I might have to go back to being a little bit of a hater, especially on Miss Lopez.
Yeah. I actually feel exactly the same way. Like, as in, I'm so deeply pro Bennifer, but I'm actually real anti Miss Jennifer Lopez.
And I'm sorry, but like, why? Jennifer Lopez is the aunt that all of your other aunts hate at Thanksgiving. Like,
sorry.
And that's the one thing me and my aunts can agree on.
I was like, let me just take the scroll out of all the things that this wretched woman.
But
I know I'm gonna have an IO moment where I regret saying this.
No, let me say this. What did Kim say? No one wants to get their ass up and be a celebrity anymore. There are no real celebrities, and J-Lo will be one of them for better or for worse. There's nothing she won't do.
Yes, there is. Of all of the celebrities, she is probably one of the most that loves being a celebrity. And you can kind of feel that. But then at a certain time, that gets a little intense and a little off-putting, especially if you're not really liking
Not
them.
to bring it back to astrology, but she is a Leo. And that's why they need to be put behind bars.
And not too
Abolition
much.
first, arrest Leo second.
Not too much. All right.
Let's not note that she was put behind bars in her should have been a nominated role in Hustlers. she did serve some time.
She served and she served.
No, she served.
And
that was actually the one time I was pro Jennifer.
Right. I was like, that time
Hustlers.
I was like, when she didn't get the Oscar nomination, I was ready to raise hell because I loved Hustlers. I loved her performance in Hustlers. And all the way into the joint Super Bowl performance with Shakira, where she came and served and was like, this is what you guys missed, the Academy by not voting. I was cheering for her.
Wait, since you brought it up, we have to talk about how in the J-Lo doc halftime, when it's about her not getting an Oscar nomination and also preparing for the Super Bowl, she like earnestly pitches Shakira on doing a duet of Born in the USA and is like shocked that Shakira doesn't want to do it because Shakira's like, it like doesn't make sense because I wasn't born in the USA.
And those are the times when I'm like, Jennifer, like, girl, what are you doing?
Us just calling her Jennifer is so funny. Jennifer.
It's like Carisha, please. Like, Jennifer, please.
Jennifer, please.
Jennifer, please.
But I will say specifically when you pointed out, Michael, the return of their relationship, I was as sad as I was when Hustlers came out because the paparazzi photo of her leaving I don't know if they were leaving her apartment or his apartment when they were secretly having sex, but they hadn't claimed their relationship yet publicly.
And who
And the smile on her face, her back was just blown out because he looks exhausted from whatever just went down. And she is ear to ear grinning. I've never seen a smile so big. I said, I know that look, and I hope to have it soon. I said, good for her. Like, that was when I was like, I'm back on board on the Jennifer train, specifically because Ben is now here with me. Like, I'm safe now that he's here.
But the latest news is that they're both kind of frowning right now. Like, they're not in their best place. In Touch had a story about how they're saying that both Ben and Jennifer are living separately, that they are on the rocks, they're about to get divorced. And listen, I don't buy it. A Leo is a Leo. We get high strung. We need attention.
I mean, the whole living separately thing, I feel like it's hard to ignore. Like, they're like
there's a lot of traffic in Los Angeles. All right. Okay.
But there was an update about how they went to Ben's son's play together, and then Ben dropped them off. So if it was about traffic and he dropped them off, he could have just stayed. Like, he dropped them off and then went back to his bachelor pad. I'm thinking that there's definitely some trouble in paradise, and we may be heading for divorce number 3 for J-Lo. Is this?
No, I think 4.
I think you can go up. Yeah.
The limit does not exist.
the limit does not exist.
And how dare you say that? How dare you?
I do hope that people talk about me that way one day, because divorce, as I think all agree in this group, is the coolest thing you can do. Like, divorce is iconic. It's so chic. Nicole Kidman, 2001, divorce.
Oh. I love a divorced woman. Like, I hope to be one day, but
I hope to be just like my mother.
I feel like, yes, there's trouble in paradise, but I'm not going to count them out just yet. I mean, it would be so outrageous to get divorced right after Jennifer Lopez, the album, the movie, the musical, the documentary. It would be so crazy to get divorced, like, just so soon. But then that's also very them. Right. They also love a big stunt.
Yeah.
Exactly.
These are people, we are talking about people who got married twice. Once in Vegas, once in Georgia.
Wait, I have to ask. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Well, they eloped, and then they had like the big.
I am just very skeptical of people who have 2 weddings at the start of their marriage, like who have do double ceremony. My parents did a double ceremony. Look how that turned out.
Well,
literally, it turned out with me telling Hunter that she should buy adult children of emotionally immature parents, and she quietly said, and Hunter never agrees with it. She's quietly like. Mm-hmm.
Mind you, Peyton, you do recommend that book to everyone you come across.
Because I can actually
do you
tell
not
the
need
time based on when you bring that book up. Or even better, when you come over to my apartment and say, still not open, huh? It's like, what do you want it to be? Dog-eared?
Yes.
That and the artist way,
sitting
unopened.
Okay, not too much. Don't bring it back to me. But something I do want to ask you both is a very important question. Do you think J-Lo and Ben match each other's freak?
I was just going to say that, well, in the bedroom, I think yes. But I think that the reason why they're not going to work is that Ben does not match her freak in front of the cameras. And there's nothing more. The only thing Jennifer Lopez loves more than Ben Affleck is the cameras. And if you're really talking about needing to match someone's freak, you need to be as much of a fame whore as Jennifer is. And Ben isn't. Ben wants to just get up in the morning, go to Dunkin', and come home. Jennifer wants to be out.
No. This is my big theory. No offense. Here we go.
Let's go.
As we're wont to do.
No. Hunter just sat up. Hunter sat up, for the record. Hunter sat up.
This is the issue. First of all, there are 2 ways to be a Leo. There's the Jennifer Lopez way, where you are over the top all the time, constantly. And there's the Ben Affleck way, where you act like you're so low key, but secretly you're very high key and extra. Very me. And that's how they match each other's freak. Because think about this. There was a man that J-Lo was with who was just as over the top, just as press obsessed, and that was A-Rod. And they did not work out at all. There was no way. He was cheating on her with some girl from a Bravo show. I mean, my lord.
Well, that's him. That doesn't necessarily prove that's
what you're talking about. You're someone who matches her freak, who wants just as much attention as she does, and that's A-Rod. And he made their breakup about him with that little breakup ofrenda.
Well, I still think that she's looking for both true love and true love that will translate.
And true love TM.
And that's the difference.
True love and true love TM.
Right, exactly. And I'm like,
true
that's
love
the difference.
copywritten.
She eventually, I feel like she realized that A-Rod was not it for her. I really genuinely do think that like Ben is one of the great loves of her life. And she tried it and she tried it again. But I feel like that is never going to, they're never going to be able to see eye to eye because Jennifer cannot live outside of the spotlight.
I know, but I do think there's something like I think it's like amusing to see Ben Affleck playing the role of like kind of taciturn, press shy husband. Because I don't think he's that press shy. I mean, you're talking about a man who did those daily paparazzi walks with Anna de Armas.
Let's talk about how that was his best moment. Better than anything. In terms of Ben, better than anything he's done with Jennifer, the press shots of him walking at like 0.0001 miles per hour down the street with Ana de Armas saved me throughout the pandemic.
No,
I
and
could
specifically
wake up in the morning and know that there was a new pop shot.
If nobody got me, I know those paparazzi walks got me.
To get me.
I will say specifically the photo of her keeled over laughing so hard. There's something really magnetic to me about a photo or video of a woman laughing so hard in response to a man.
I was like, who among us? Who among us?
You know Ben's not that funny.
Honestly, no. I've kicked up my knees, unfortunately, for one or two boys on my day. Literally, like the Zendaya like laugh when she's on, I think, some talk show with Tom Holland. And when I say both, she keels over, both feet come off the ground. I said,
oh my God.
She's down bad, down delirious even. Yeah. That was the same energy as the Ana de Armas giggle, if you will.
And one thing I will say
over Ben Affleck.
One thing Ana de Armas has that J-Lo doesn't, an Oscar nomination.
That was nasty.
Why are you so
That was kind of nasty.
I'm just pointing out facts. Am I
and
wrong?
You know what? I don't even like that girl, and I'm already over here being like,
and this is what I'm talking about. And see, I'm on the side of the high schoolers because no, they need to get you up out of here.
If the high schoolers tried to come for me again, girl, check IMDb credits award section, and you will see that I am correct.
I will say, okay, so we kind of have we didn't even need to ask you, I guess, if you're a hater on either subject because it's become loud and clear that you might want J-Lo dead.
What do you love, Michael? Oh my God. How dare you?
You could always find something to hate, and that's the moment I'm looking for.
I will say, you've actually come to the safest of spaces to be a fucking hater. So thank you so much for coming and bringing some well-needed negative energy and a 1-2 punch. Dude, that sounded nasty, but I meant it in the sweetest way.
That was the meanest thing I've ever heard. That was the meanest thing I've ever heard.
No, I'm a lover. What do you mean? I would never intend to hurt anyone's feelings. What do you mean?
I'm talking about the Ana de Armas of it all. Like, oh my God, go watch Blonde since you want to do something.
And I did.
But Michael, thank you so much for coming on and running your mouth with us. Obviously, we know we'll be hearing from you soon, but thank you again for coming on.
Thank you, Michael.
Hope you keep the hating up. Keep the Twitter beef up.
I mean, I can't help it, even if I try. Lock me up.
And Michael, where can people follow you?
You can follow me on Twitter if you want to see some of the aforementioned fighting at Yo Soy Michael. You can find me on Instagram at Michael Cuby, and you can read my writing everywhere.
Everywhere, period. Okay, we love you so much.
Okay, speaking of things people have forgotten about, there's a new season of Bridgerton? ? Ever heard of it? Bridgerton season 3? I don't watch.
The question mark is so nasty of you.
No, sorry.
Put a period.
I won't.
Put a period.
I won't. I won't. I have been watching Roni nonstop. Like, that's all I consume. I consume more Roni than I do food, actually. But are you watching Bridgerton?
Unfortunately, like, aggressively. Yeah. I mean, I will say, randomly, though, this season feels very different to me. I really liked the Queen Charlotte season. I actually really liked all the seasons so far. This one's been a bit of a slow burn for me. Mm-hmm. Only half of it I've only watched half of it so far. Or I think they put the first, 4 or 5 episodes out, and that's what I've watched so far. But I'm still a Bridgerton shooter. There's not many of us left. Yeah. I do want to ask you, though, wait, have you just never gotten into it? Or are you anti-Bridgerton? Are you open-minded? Are you ready to open your heart?
I'm Bridgerton curious. I watched season 1. I could just never get on the team of Renee Jean Page. He's just not it for me. He did nothing for me. And I hate to say it, but I'm like, why is he the star of this show. Like people talking, he should be James Bond. Which James Bond?
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't say all that. Let me be clear about that. He is perfectly cast in this particular show in that particular season. And I was gonna say you don't even have to worry about him because he doesn't come back. We don't even need him anymore, and that's fine.
Okay.
Because there are other, and it gets better from him. I will say, like the Queen Charlotte season is undoubtedly some good fucking food. Let me tell you that. There's this quote, I'm going to butcher it. I don't care because I'm saying it from the heart. So the people that know, the real lovers out there listening to this will know what I'm talking about, aka the people that watch that season. When she goes, I will be the sun and the moon and the stars. I will show you where you are. Like, when I tell you I was pulling my hair out, watching fan cams on TikTok. Like, I hadn't even watched the show yet. And I was like, oh my, like, I'm too grown to be doing all that, but I was. And then I pressed play and I said, thank God. Thank God I was brought here.
That British accent was really something. Let's settle on that for just a minute.
But normally my British accent's actually really good.
Do one right now.
Well, I'm nervous now. But I'm nervous. I'll do it naturally. I'll plant it in one future episode. You'll know when. No one will know when it'll come. And I'll do it because my mom said I used to watch Chicken Run all the time and said that my accent was really good after watching Chicken Run. Okay.
Chicken Run?
Yeah, I just brought that into the space. Chicken Run.
Oh my God. I can't even go back to that. That's something that I totally forgot that only you remember. Oh my God.
But I do think, yeah, that actually is a good one. I do think if you go real soft brain into it, it's actually so much fun. Like Bridgerton is a fun little silly Shondaland world that will, I don't know, if it feels something in like my, I don't know if it's in my frontal lobe or some lobe of my brain that feels really nice and cushiony.
It's the swirl agenda lobe. That's the lobe that it's fitting in.
You said it's because you biracial. so no wonder you love this show. No, the swirl agenda via Shondaland needs to be studied.
She like does choose like she can put together a couple. Like that's one thing about Shonda Rhimes. She can put together a couple. Like television has not actually recovered from Olivia Pope and the President Fitz, can't remember his name. And obviously, I mean, I was such a McSteamy head when I was growing up. I was like, I don't care about McDreamy, but McSteamy is so hot. We don't have to unpack that now.
No, Shonda Rhimes has definitely given us many couples to lust after. And I do think it might be worth your while to dip your toes back in. I won't say start with this season. I mean, ironically, I don't want to say this season made no noise because the press, like the PR and press round for it has been really good. Mm-hmm. Nicola Coughlan and
that's who I want to watch for. She's
a star.
Amazing. Yeah.
She plays Penelope, who's also, spoiler alert, but it shouldn't be by now. She's also Lady Whistledown, who is the kind of like town gossip paper. She's anonymous in the show.
Town Us. Yeah.
Yeah. The kind of us. Yeah. Kind of this podcast is a version of Lady Whistledown.
Lady Whistledown is like the funniest name in the world. Yeah, like it's kind of like on the Bustopher Jones level of character names. Bustopher Jones from Cats, which that sounds like a black name. I have to be honest. Like, it doesn't? Oh, you don't have an uncle named Bustopher Jones?
But she's literally taking it in all of her, like in the press run of the show. But I always think it's sometimes a bad sign when the press run is too good. It means like the movie or the show is possibly gonna flop. So I'm hoping that things pick up from here. But so far, my man Luke Newton, who plays her love interest, Colin Bridgerton, does not have the sauce, unfortunately. I'm really looking for it and I'm hungry, but I don't taste it. It's not there yet. He's not giving what the other. Even Anthony
you sound
Bridgerton,
so
his
solemn.
gay older
like
brother.
You're really giving notes right now. Like that's my favorite part of this. Like you are really like you are Tyra Banks about to flip over someone's photo, and it's like you are no longer in the running.
I don't want them to lose it. I'm over here and I'm working. Okay, I'm on the club. I'm on Team Bridgerton. I'm trying to keep us going. I'm trying to keep us employed.
You're trying to keep the candles lit. Yeah.
So I don't know. That part, he's losing me there, but I'm really holding out hope that, things start to look better.
Okay,
but get in there.
You've told me. I'll try. I'll give it a try. I'll have a little taste.
Okay. Queen Charlotte season. Start there, and then find me. Then meet me where I'm at. I mean, obviously, I'm fighting for my life right now. Clearly, I'm fighting for my life. I'm fighting for the lives of the staff of the people working on Bridgerton. But wait, what is holding you against coming onto the winning team over here? Why are you anti Bridgerton.
Okay, I'm not anti-Bridgerton. There's so many other things that I could be watching. And the reality is that season 1, there's something about like all of the really overt sex scenes that just like didn't do anything for me. It's like, I know people say the same thing about like Challengers, for example, but Bridgerton had so much sex and none of it I found like alluring, sexy, enticing at all. It was just like two baked potatoes rubbing up on each other in an oven. Like, I don't know. It just did nothing for me. And I didn't like the main guy. I liked the girl. I liked all like the women's stuff. Like, there was something about watching Bridgerton that was like very aesthetically pleasing because it does feel so like designed and really lived in. And like all the dresses, all like the music arrangements were like cool.
The wigs.
Okay, well, no Nicole Kidman, but yeah, wigs, sure. But I don't know. It just like it wasn't like, okay, I had a good time. I don't need to go back. Kind of like college.
Never, and let's not bring that up again.
No, I don't know. If I wanted to watch Bridgerton, if I wanted to watch like a historical fiction, I would just like actually probably go for the Gilded Age.
Ooh.
Like, they're not the same time period, but like they're like the same kind of in my mind as like a dumb person.
As coming out as a dumb person, actually, I'm kind of putting these two on the same level. I've actually not gone down the Gilded Age hole, but I heard it's really fun in there.
Fun and kind of low stakes, which is maybe what I need right now. Like, I'm so deep into Roni, I cannot stress enough that when I passed Zarin Fabrics, I gasped as if I like saw a ghost.
Now that I'm thinking about it, though, I'm like, oh, is Bridgerton like for kids, and then Gilded Age is for adults?
Don't
like,
do
is
that.
Gilded
Don't
Age
do that.
like the
Don't do
grown,
that. Don't do that.
the grown folks' business?
Don't do that.
Because I'm baby, so of course I'm watching Bridgerton, being like, oh my god, they're kissing. Like, I like sometimes I act like I've never had sex, and I think that's kind of like my fun little twist on life. It's like, she shouldn't be acting like this at 30 years old. Or redacted years old. Look, watching Bridgerton, like waiting 4 episodes to get one little smooch off. Unfortunately,
but I wonder, is that a Netflix problem? Like, because the seasons feel so long that like they really delay any like physical gratification or any like actual relationship payoff until halfway through the season. I'm speaking, of course, about our shared trauma of the show One Day, which was so infuriating to watch because at some point I was just fast forwarding through every single episode trying to be like, either do they kiss or have a conversation? Because this is like giving emotionally like immature levels of me where like they don't even talk. They don't even talk.
Something really powerful. I'm like, okay, we might need to circle back to this because we've had too many examples recently, but Netflix has a horny problem. Netflix, they want to do like sex and sell sex in the way that HBO does for free. HBO wakes up and fucks. Like, but okay, well, that's it for this week. We read you this week's celebrity tea leaves.
Now you know all about Bennifer's history and maybe their future.
And why Bridgerton is worth the binge, still holding out on Hunter pressing play.
And also what pop culture moments are rattling around in the back of our heads.
Follow us on socials at Peyton Dix and at Hunter H. And remember to head to Wondery Plus for our bonus chat where we discuss Challengers, a movie for the horny community, and Bridgerton, a show that should be for the horny community, but Hunter begs to differ.